Maryland. Is it working? Is it from here or there? Here and there? So she is Banerjee and I'm going to be Chatterjee. Because you have to chatter. It's not working. LG is still coming. No signal. So last year's discourse. So it is all clear, isn't it? Last year's, what all I taught last year, all clear? In our olden days, teachers asked, all clear? We shook our head vigorously. And our poor teacher did not understand what our clear is. But I know when you say it's all clear, history, all clear. But I thank the YouTube Mahima. Isn't it? Therefore you can refer if you like. The 4 lectures are there. I think 1 lecture was cast here on. That also must be clear by now. Anyway, since I have to give, I give to my satisfaction. Not only to my satisfaction, but also for my contentment. And also for reveling in it. So, pure selfish motive. I want to be satisfied. I want to be contented. And I want to revel in it. Therefore, I give this. And if others want to enjoy what I am enjoying, most welcome. Like if I am reading in the light, and others also want to read in the same light. It is my light. And the others want to read. Will I say, unless they are loudly reading and disturbing and coughing and all those things, then I say you better go to other light. But if they're enjoying like me, I would encourage many number. Because the light is the same. So this knowledge is the same. Those who wish to enjoy, be under the wings of this knowledge. And this 3rd chapter is Gurudev's life. We saw him in this spirit. So 3rd chapter is the art of action. So before that itself, I would like to give you the my disclaimer. You know that? Do you see it? I am only responsible for what I say. Not for what you understand. Isn't it? It's a very good disclaimer. Isn't it? If he says, Swamiji, this is how I understood. This is not being used, the monitor, every time? HDMI 1 or what? TV? Input list. LG means, all computer people, what LG means? Life is good. In India, LG was different. Perangayam. Perangayam means asafoetida. The company's name was LG. Nobody knew as Perangayam or Hing or asafoetida. What other languages are there? Perangayam, Hing, asafoetida, Ingwa, Telugu Ingwa? Any other language? Kannada also Ingwa, I think. No? Ingo. And Bengali? Amit. Hing. So that is also, they said LG. And we don't know what LG means in that. Anybody knows what LG means? Gujarati. It's a Gujarati business or what? What, Laji? Lalji Godu. Anybody wants to contradict him or?
Child was in our school.
Life's good. LG means life's good only. I just thought I made it up. It has come. So I am only responsible for what I say. See that underline also. I say and you understand. So my responsibility ends after I say. Now, so Arjuna at the beginning of the 3rd chapter itself was confronting Krishna. See, you are praising that knowledge, but you are insisting that I should do action. Why is that? Krishna had to give various reasons, and then he says, no one can remain without performing action, even for an instant. If you don't act, what will happen? Even breathing is action. Thinking is action. Feeling is action. Thinking is action. Breathing is action. Oh, Swamiji, I can stop that. If you stop the feelings and thinking because I can sleep off. Breathing also I'll stop, Swamiji. If you stop breathing also, then you will make everyone around, the whole community will be vigorous in action. Why? Call the priest, book for the box. Burial starts. Call India. Yeah. How many people start? Vigorous activity starts when you cease to act. So action is the signature of life. As long as you're alive, you must act. In this chapter, now from 22 to, for Krishna elaborates more on that aspect. So action is inevitable. You have to do whether you like it or not. But then Krishna says, what action you must do? What actions you are supposed to do? Niyatam karma. Means obligatory duties. So fulfill your obligatory duties. Okay, I will do my duty. But with what attitude you must do your duty? People are there, they fulfill their duties. But the attitude is miserable. With what attitude you must fulfill your responsibilities? With what attitude? With Yajna spirit. Yajna means Sahaj. Yajna means selfless, dedicated service. They know easily. Lord Sri Krishna impresses upon Arjuna the whole life is a yajna. Yajna means worship or selfless, dedicated spirit. Even the act of eating, listening, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, thinking, every activity should be considered as a yajna. So perceiving, feeling, thinking is not merely to enjoy, but to realize that which is illuminating your perceptions, feelings, and thoughts. To realize that. So when you perform in Yajna spirit, then your existing selfish. Yajna spirit means without selfishness and selfish desires, you are doing your duty. You are fulfilling your responsibilities. When you do without selfishness and selfish desires, your existing selfishness gets exhausted and no new selfishness gets accumulated. Thereby, the pressure of selfishness, the pressure of your vasanas will reduce on the attention of your mind intellect. When the pressure of the selfish tendencies reduce on the attention of the M&I, mind intellect. The attention potential of the mind intellect is available for Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. Thus, through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, we get to realize our own true nature. So that is the glory of working in Yajna spirit. So work in Yajna spirit is Krishna's instructions, Krishna's advice. And also if you look around, every being except the so-called intelligent being called human being. Who calls human beings as very intelligent? Humans themselves. No, ask any animal. It has its own opinion about your intelligence. So if you look around, the mountains, the trees, the birds, the animals, the rivers, all are working in Yajna spirit. In the giving spirit, the giving tree story. So all are working in the giving spirit except the man. What can I get? What's in it for me? Only this so-called intelligent man has this attitude. So when you look around, learn from the nature. Nature is always in the giving spirit. And if you misuse and abuse the nature, then it echoes your thoughts, your feelings, your words, your actions. So nature echoes. You serve nature, nature offers you tributes like a slave. All these Krishna said in the last verses, up to 21. So it is also this working in Yajna spirit is a universal law. Saha yajna praja sushtva puro vacha prajapati anena prasavishyadvam. So this is a universal law. The Creator, when He is sending you as a farewell gift, He gave you this Yajna spirit to work in Yajna spirit, cooperative team spirit. Work in Yajna spirit, and this is like a Kamadhenu, Kamadhuk. It can fulfill all your desires with this Yajna spirit. Now when Arjuna hears that this is a universal law, whenever there is a law, naturally what do you try to look for? All the especially retired lawyers, what do they look for? Huh? Or any lawyer, not retired lawyers, working lawyers, any new law is passed. When a new law is passed, all the lawyers, intelligent lawyers gather to discuss. And the main topic is of discussion, what are the loopholes for this law? They want to discover the loopholes. And retired lawyers are not that much interested in because they are retired. What are they interested in? To find loopholes in the 10 Commandments. Sentence they want to find. So this is a universal law to work in Yajna spirit. So Arjuna wants to ask, is there any exception? Because any law must have an exception. Isn't it? So Krishna says, yes, there is an exception. And what is the exception? One who has discovered his identity with the self, which is akarta, abhokta, atma, ahamasmi. One who is awakened to that state. One who is satisfied with that state. One who is contented in the self. One who is reveling in the self. For him, there is no duties. One who is satisfied in the self, contented in the self, and reveling in the self. For him, there are no duties. He is duty free. Isn't it? Because When all the ladies and all this, after they married, especially married women, they say, in my father's place and all, nothing I need to do. O duniya mera babul ka ghar, ye duniya sasural. Sasural means? O duniya babul ka ghar means? That is my father's home. And ye duniya sasural. Sasural means? In-laws place. In all law, only in in-law place. All laws come only in in-laws. So if you are living with him, you are duty free. Isn't it? Because I as I, what duty do you have? I as I. Any duty as I as I? Swamiji, I have duties, but I as I. You have duties, I as so and so. As a parent, parental responsibilities, which your children never like. And when your children don't like, you say, it is my duty. Because they don't like it. So as a parent, parental duty. As a spouse, spicy responsibilities. As a professional, professional duties. Only as so and so. But as I, you are duty free. But we do not revel as I. We are not contented being I as I. We slip. We slip. As soon as you wake up means what? Your mind woke up. But you say, I woke up. So, moment you say, I woke up, when you say means, you are with your mind. It's the mind that goes to sleep, and the mind wakes up. And we are identified with the mind. When mind is there, world is there. No mind, no world. So, I woke up means identified with the mind. That I never sleeps. Look here. I as I never sleeps. So when it never sleeps, how can it wake up? Ever awake, that is. But we are here. We are not able to identify. We are not able to discover our own identity. So here is the art of action. By the art of action called the Yajna spirit, we exhaust our. It's because of the tendencies, the selfish tendencies, we are caught up here. So first we exhaust the existing selfish tendencies, thereby the pressure of selfishness reduces. So Amendi's attention is available for reflection, contemplation, meditation. And through contemplation and reflection and meditation, you get to discover you are that. And when you are that, then duty free. Yeah? So Krishna says to Arjuna, since you have not awakened to that self, you are here. Therefore, perform your obligatory duties. Fulfill your obligatory duties. So by Karma Yoga, you get the Chitta Shuddhi. Chitta Shuddhi means purity of heart. And when the pure heart can easily glide into that state. So fulfill your responsibilities without selfishness and selfish desires. And even great people have done that. Like he quotes, Krishna says, my own father-in-law in my past life. Who is that? Janaka. So Janaka and others, Ashwapati, Rantideva, all these great kings. And Krishna deliberately gives the examples of the kings. Because Arjuna is a Kshatriya, a warrior. So to him, if you give a Brahmin example, he says, oh, the Brahmin, he is from the beginning, he should realize. If he doesn't realize, then what is he doing? Therefore, he gives only Kshatriya examples who fulfilled their obligations, and then by fulfilling their obligations, they purified their emendi, and through contemplation, meditation, they are all Raja Rishis, royal saints, Janaka and all. Also, for Loka Sangraha. Loka Sangraha means for the welfare of the world, you must act. Because you are a Shreshta Purusha. Shreshta Purusha means? Shreshta. Shreshta means the best person. A model. You're a role model. So people always follow whom they admire. If you admire somebody, you follow them. You imitate whom you admire. Even in summer camp, I see all the summer campers, they look up to whom? Volunteers. Isn't it? And if volunteers do something bad, immediately they want to follow. Whatever good the volunteers do, that is they are supposed to do that. So that is not that interesting. They are waiting to watch anything wrong the volunteers do, so that I can also do. And if Swamiji says, why did you do that? I saw volunteers doing it. So whatever a Shrestha person does, others. So any older person, the younger ones are always looking up to. Like Sherlock Holmes. So always watch any young one around you. Before you do anything indecent, look around first. Not only look, what's that? Aage dekha, aage bhi dekho, piche bhi dekho. What song is that? Baaye dekho, aage. What song is that? You are all very, your memory in that, I get all memory from you only. What is that? आगे भी देखो, पीछे भी देखो, और दाएं भी, बाएं भी, और ऊपर भी. Because sometimes the young ones are upstairs watching you. You only look left, right, and front and back. No, oh, then you do it. ऊपर से देख रहा है भगवान. You forget to look at that, isn't it? So before you do it, look around. So be a role model. That's what Krishna. That's how we ended 4 days talks. How many minutes? Isn't it? Swamiji, why don't you do like that? These 4 days talks, can you finish off like this? Then we all can go home. See, that's why I told you, for my satisfaction, for my contentment, and for my reveling, I am doing this. Not for your satisfaction, your contentment, and your reveling. Isn't it? Therefore, pure, selfless selfishness. Good. Now, the first verse for this year's chapter. Please cast. That is the beginning. They all chanted that, isn't it? So, please repeat after me. Na me parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptamavaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. So when after you telling be a role model, all that you tell, still that other person is not satisfied, what do you say? As a last resort, what do you say? Krishna is saying, Mam kim na pashyasi. Why don't you look at me? Don't you? Everyone uses this. Father says, look at me. Am I not doing it? Am I not going to Chinmaya Mission every Sunday? Dad, you have to go. Because you are the one to open the key. You have to go. The son or children say, why should we go? Because I am going. Therefore, you must go. That's how you get a, what do you call, a right. Because you are doing it. Therefore, you have a right to say it. If you are not doing and you say, children get up, go to Balvihar, go to, Dad, what are you doing? No, I have worked a lot whole weekdays, I have to rest. Isn't it? If dad is not coming to Balavihar and asks the children to go to Balavihar, what do the children say? Why I'm using always the example of dad? Somebody asked me, Sanju, why are you always using example of dad? Because dad is bad. So mom only has to bring the child. So I said, where is dad? Swami, and the mother says, Swamiji, you know what? What I know? I don't know. I said, no, tell me what is he doing? What is he doing? No, Swamiji, you know it. I don't want to tell in front of my Rakshasas. You know, they're like that. So if you, last resort, you just look at me, am I not doing? Hey Partha, name asti kartavyam. I do not have any kartavya. No duties whatsoever. I am duty free. Why? I am not identified as a parent. I am not identified as a spouse. I am not identified as a professional. I am I. I am. Period. But you cannot put a period after I am. Who are you? I am. Do you feel complete? You add to it. I am doctor. I am lawyer. I am engineer. I am Swami. I also. You saw me, isn't it? Don't saw me. Isn't it? See that as we identify them. Or I am very kind, Swamiji. At the mind level, emotional level, I am very kind person. Or kind of person. I am a man. I am a woman. See that how we identify. I am put in this. That infinite squeezed into this finite structure. And then complain. Swamiji, imagine one number shoe less. You put your foot into it. One number less. What will happen? Your whole, your toes and all will be like that we are. And we complain. No wonder you get suffocated. But we don't want to break open this shell and then discover our identity. So Krishna is the one who has done that. So he is identified with that. So he says, Name Parthasti Kartavyam. But Arjuna will not understand that because he is I as I, therefore no duty. He gives a reason why he is not, why he has no duty. Kasmat. Why? Krishna says, any action you do, any duty you do for what? To accomplish something. You have not got something. Therefore you have to do. Yavat paryantam praptavyam, tavat paryantam kartavyam. As long as you have to get something, you have to do. No choice. As a parent, you brought forth the children in this world. Even animals are training their children, their offsprings to stand up on their own legs, to hunt their own. So human being has much more responsibilities to bring a decent human being. At least a law-abiding citizen. That much the parents have to do. The parental responsibility. Because you have brought the child. Your child. If the parent themselves do not care for their child, who will? The orphanage will do it. Why should they do it? So it's a parent's responsibility of their own child. So, yavat paryantam praptavyam. I want my child to be revered and respected in this community. My child should be great. Then you have to. And don't start with the spouse. I want my spouse to be that's all, gone case. You do your part as a spouse. And the other spouse does or not, you don't, it's your prarabdha. Because she brought the prarabdha word. Dharitri. So your prarabdha. As a professional, fulfill your obligations. Fulfill your responsibilities cheerfully, not tearfully. So, as long as you have to gain something, get something, you have to perform, you have to do, you have to fulfill your responsibility so that you can get. So Krishna says, I have no duties because na anavaptam avaptavyam. Na anavaptam. Na anavaptam means na apraptam. There is nothing that I have not gained. To gain something, you work. I have gained everything. I have gained that Ananda Swarupa itself. I am satisfied with that. I am contented in that. I am reveling in that. Didn't you hear, Arjuna? Yastvatmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manavah atmanyeva cha santushtah tasya karyam na vidyate. Tasya karyam na vidyate. One who is satisfied there, contented in the self and reveling in the self, for him, tasya karyam na vidyate. There is no duties for him. So, name partha asti kartavyam trishu lokeshu, in all the three worlds. What are the three worlds? Swamiji, I know what is that? Bhur, bhuva, swaha, or this world, intermediate world, and the higher world. I know Swamiji, lower world, atala, vitala, sutala, I know the Swamiji. There are 7 worlds down, atala, vitala, sutala, talatala, rasatala, mahatala, patala. It's very horrible to listen to those. And if you want to frighten somebody, this you can use that. But you should know how to say it also. Isn't it? And this is they do in the mantravadis and all, especially in Kerala. They have long hair and all with the, afro type of hair, and they are vibhuti, chandan, kumkum, and eyes all bloodshot eyes, and lemon garland. And they come in the auto or the taxi, and the taxi man asks extra money. That was, you're asking extra money from me? He rubs the earth and makes some circle and all, takes the mud. Atala, vitala, sutala, talatala, rasatala, mahatala, patala, po. That fellow gets so scared, he will not take his own money, also. He runs off. So when you want to scare somebody, you can do that. But don't try it on our people, but they will not be scared. Somebody else, because they are all heard now. Isn't it? So, the three worlds, every day you're shuttling in the three worlds. What are the three worlds? The waking world, the dream world, and the deep sleep world. You're harvesting your experiences from all these three worlds. Isn't it? So in all the three worlds, world means, don't think like any loka means the field of experience. That's called loka. World means the field of experience. Doctor's world means doctor's field of experience. Lawyer's world, lawyer's field of experiences. This is our world. Gita field of experience. Isn't it? See that? It's a field of experience is called world. So your waking field of experiences, your dream field of experiences, and deep sleep. Sir, you're conscious of your waking world. You're conscious of your dream world. You're conscious of your deep sleep world. Are you not conscious of your deep sleep world? Are you conscious or not conscious? Conscious. Not conscious. Yes or no? Yes, no, Swamiji. You are conscious of deep sleep. But Swamiji, how can I be conscious if I'm not there? Are you not conscious of your absence? Now here, you imagine your own, whomever you know, and that person did not come here. Because I know some who did not come. So each of you imagine who is not here. So can you imagine, look around and see, so whose absence you can be conscious of. I am conscious of a person's absence. I am not telling the name and all. So I am conscious of the absence of that person. How are you conscious of the absence of that person? Swamiji, if that person is here, I will see. Because that person is not there, I am conscious of the absence of the person. That is still objective. You can be conscious of the absence of a person only if you are present. If you are also absent, who will be conscious of the absence of the other person? Think. In your deep sleep, you are conscious of your absence. Wasn't it? Who is conscious of your absence? I am, Swamiji. I am conscious. Of what? Of my absence. So how can you be conscious of your own absence? Because in deep sleep, You are not there. When the waker is there, there is no dreamer. When the dreamer is there, there is no waker. When waker and dreamer are not there, deep sleep. Isn't it? So only one person at a time. So waker is not dreamer, dreamer is not waker. The absence of these two, a deep sleeper. But you say, oh, Swamiji, I had a wonderful dream. Then I slept like a log. And then I woke up. All the three worlds. So who is that person who says, I had a nice dream, I had a wonderful sleep, and now I'm awake? Who is this guy? Who can it be? It is you. You means what? The same Sakshi. You are that witness. And you are witnessing your waking experiences. And you are witnessing your dream experiences. And you witness the absence of the waker and the dreamer. You witness the deep sleep state, the absence of all things and beings. The absence also is an experience. So you are present in all the three states. You are the common substratum, common factor. So Trishu Lokeshu, in all the three worlds, in the waking world, the dream world, the deep sleep world, I have no duty whatsoever, because there is nothing that I have not attained, and not also Nanavaptam and Avaptavyam, means Prapaniyam, something to attain in future, that also is not there. Because I have attained the infinitude itself. When you attain the infinite, when you experience the infinite, infinite plus one, what? Infinite. Infinite minus one, isn't it? There is no plus one or minus one. Nothing to gain thereafter. So till you attain that state, you have to perform your duty. But Krishna here adds, even though I have nothing to gain or nothing to lose, yet tathapi varta eva cha karmani. Even though I have nothing to gain or lose, yet varte eva. Even though it says varta eva, the sandhi, varte eva karmani. Still I am engaged in work 18 hours a day. We saw Gurudev working 18 hours a day. No Saturday, no Sunday, no holiday. It's all happy, holy days. I forgot to say that. Happy, holy days. Isn't it? It's all happy, holy days. For us, we are waiting for the weekend. To get weekend. Isn't it? This is our condition. So, I have no obligation whatsoever. Yet, I am engaged in action. I continue to do the work. So, Arjuna was kind of, yes, I also observed that you keep on acting and you never ask for anything. See, Krishna was helping the Pandavas at all times. Even when they were in exile, Krishna was there to support. Krishna told, I was supporting you even when you were in exile. I kept you in sanity. Because you were so mad with anger and all, you would have gone crazy. But I kept you in sane condition. And this war, whose war? Is it my war? Because Duryodhana came for my help also. You came to seek my help, even Duryodhana also came. And I had to help both. Because both are my relations. So what am I going to gain by this? I'm not going to get any portfolio in your kingdom as a minister. Nothing I'm gaining. And also my position in the war field is more dangerous than your position. Because every arrow that comes must pass through me to you. And you can duck behind me, under whom I can duck under. So my position is more critical than you. Yet, nothing to gain, nothing to lose, yet I am engaged in action. So Arjuna is really surprised. Yeah, you never even asked for pocket money. You never even used my name as a royal name. You never even used it. No, it appeared you had everything. I never thought you want something. You always felt fulfilled, always full. Wherever you go, I saw everybody respecting you, revering you. So I know. So why do you work? Isn't it? Why not you just sit down, relax? Why do you work? Krishna says the next. Hey Arjuna, number 23. Yedi hyaham na varteyam jatu karmanya tandritaha mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. Krishna is saying, Yedihi aham navarteyam jatu karmani atandritaha. If at any time I do not work tirelessly, if I do not work continuously, tirelessly, without any atandritaha means without relaxation, not being lazy, without being lazy, if I do not work, alertness and vigilance, if I do not work, then what? Mama vartmanu vartante manushyaha. Because I am in such a position, all look up to me. They are looking at me. So what will they do? Krishna is not doing. Why should I do? They will use me. They will try to follow my path. Mama vartma anuvartante. My path, they will all like to follow. So Krishna did it, therefore I am doing it. This is natural for every human being. My dad does it, therefore I do it. My older brother does it, therefore I do it. Isn't it? My parents do it, therefore children say I will do it. I don't know whether the spouse says like that. My spouse does it, therefore I do it. Maybe they may use the other way. My spouse does it, therefore I don't do it. That way they may. Isn't it? So they look up to something. They look up and say, he is doing, why not I? So Mama Vartha, because I am in such a, what light? Spotlight. I am on the spotlight. All look, I am very easily visible. So all can look at me and say, oh, I can also do that. I can also do that. Swami Vivekananda ate meat. Therefore, I can also eat meat. Okay, Swami Vivekananda ate meat. After eating meat, because at that 100 years ago when he came, there was no decent vegetarian food. Therefore, he said, I have not come here to eat. I have come here to work, give my message. So it doesn't matter. So Vivekananda ate, therefore I will also eat. But after eating, Swami Vivekananda did something else. What are you doing? That only Swami can do. Whatever little I can do of Vivekananda, I will do. So only that we catch, isn't it? So mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha. So my style, people like to follow. Amitabh Bachchan plays the role, and while shooting time, the button on the shirt came off. So what did he do? He tied the shirt. And the shooting. Then all looked at it. They break the button and tie it. This is natural for. So Krishna says, I have to be very. So those who are in limelight, spotlight, they have to be they are the role models, because people will follow you. So if I don't do it, I'm a Shrestha Purusha. If I don't, even though I belong to that exception category, because I'm reveling in that state. 24/7 I am in that state. Yet I do. Because people do not know where my M&I is. They see only my body. My M&I is established there. But they see this. So this has to work vigorously. Because they will say only, oh, this is not working, so I also can be like that. Because I don't know what that state is. So their mind will become idle, and idle mind is a divine workshop. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. So he will ruin himself. Not only ruin himself, disaster for others around him as well. So, hey Partha, Varta eva cha karmani, varte eva cha karmani. Even though I have nothing to gain or lose, yet I am ever engaged in action 18 hours a day. But hey Krishna, you are not only Devaki Nandan, Devakinandan means Devaki's son. You're also Nandanandan, Nanda's son. Or you're also Yashodanandan. So Krishna has two levels. One is as a son of Devaki, son of Nanda, son of Yashoda. Isn't it? But he also another greater Sri Krishna Paramatmane Namah. Is Sri Krishna Paramatma. So as a Shrestha Purusha, he works 18 hours a day. But as Sri Krishna Paramatma, as Paramatma, he says, I have to work 24/7. Why? He says next. Utsideyurime lokaha na kuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyami mah prajaha. So Krishna as a PFT, as a perceiver eye, as a feeler eye, as a thinker eye, is a Shrestha Purusha. And he, 18 hours, he was a role model. But as Sri Krishna Paramatma, as the divine life, he has to work 24/7. 24 hours, 7 days, 365 and a quarter. Day in and day out, he has to work as Paramatma. Because if the Sri Krishna Paramatma doesn't work, Paramatma, the divine life, if the divine life ceases to work, what will happen? In this hall, if the divine life decided to leave, life left, what will happen? Ram, Nam, Satya hai. Nobody will be there to say that also. Oh, God. Nobody to call the fire department and say, please, the bodies are rotting. Nobody to call. Once the life ebbs away, everything disintegrates. Isn't it? Life has to work 24/7, 365. Imagine, the life is working in you right now. If life is not working, finished. Everything stands still. So Krishna says, Utsideyurime lokaha, all these worlds, your waking world, your dream world, your deep sleep world, all these worlds will be Utsideyu, they'll perish, they'll be destroyed. If life is not functioning. That supreme spirit, the supreme divine life, if life is not working in us, nothing can function. Body cannot perceive, the sense organs cannot perceive, the mind cannot feel, the intellect cannot think. Now your sense organs are perceiving, your organs of action are performing, your mind is feeling, your intellect is thinking. How? He is enlivening the body, enlivening the mind and intellect. He is the one who is illuminating all your experiences. Minus him, nothing of this can work. So as the Paramatma, as the divine life, he has to constantly work. So who can sit? Paramatma has to work 24/7. And if you are a Shrestha Purusha, at least 16 to 18 hours. At least 16 hours. 2 shifts. Isn't it? So action, no, even Paramatma cannot stop there. If he stops the action, whole thing will be chaos, chaotic. That's why he says, Sankarasya cha kartasyam. I'll be creating confusions if I don't work. Because sense organs will be there, but no perception. Or if it's not functioning properly, eyes will not be perceiving the forms and colors. Ears will not be, it will be a admixture. Imagine you take it to the nose and it starts tasting, not smelling. You put it in the tongue, it starts what? I don't know. See, especially nose, people taste with their nose also. Taste how it is, and it's not good. How do you know by the nose, the taste? Also, I know something. I know by the smell, I know. Sometimes you may know if it is getting spoiled or something, isn't it? But some people like the smell of the spoiled stuff also. Cheese especially, yeah. Rotten smell, but very good. It's it has been, what do you call? Huh? Aged. Like that. Those they go to fish market. Ayya. Those who don't eat that, those who cannot tolerate that smell and all, the fishy smell, they do kumbhak. Kumbhak means, you had a yoga class 25th? Kumbhak means, take a deep breath before they enter the, even in the way you go to mall and all here, that area, before you enter, you have to pass through that area. Before you pass, you look at okay. And hold the kumbhak and then run through that. Isn't it? But have you seen other people? Those who enjoy, they come. They go that way through, slowly, step by step, they measure the step and go. And they inhaling deeply, so that outside also they can carry that fragrance. Like this. So the nose has to do its job. The eyes, the senses perceiving, the mind feeling. The mind starts thinking. Intellect starts feeling, ayya, tragedy. Yeah? So it will be confusion. And when the senses perceive the sense objects, they have to report to the mind. They stop reporting. Mind has to report to the intellect for judgment. Intellect will not judge. Intellect cannot even understand. So no judgment is passed to the mind to execute to the organs of action. All these confusions will happen. Sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyamima praja. I'll be destroying everything, all these praja, all these beings. Because as life, not only human beings, have to enliven every being, plant, animal, human. Every being. If I don't work, there will be chaos and destruction all over. So I'll be destroying everything. So Krishna has two levels of personality. Now don't say split personality. No. One has the higher Krishna, higher level, as the divine life. 24/7 he has to work, enlivening all the beings and illuminating all their experiences as divine life. As a BMI, as Devaki Putra, as a perceiver-I, feeler-I, thinker-I, is a Shrestha Purusha. As a role model. Everybody look up to him. So, how can anyone neglect action? Can want freedom from action? Action will be inevitable. But your feeling in it, there's a change. You can change the attitude behind. Action you will not stop, but you can change your attitude behind it. That Krishna will come next few verses. Beautiful he will give. Now, so Krishna convinced Arjuna that you must act, whether you are a Shrestha Purusha or even if you realize that state. If you observed all realized masters, even Ramana Maharshi, even though he did not come out of Tiruvannamalai, he was always in Tiruvannamalai. But early morning, 4 o'clock, he will get up and go and see every member in the ashram, wake them up. Imagine early morning, Ramana Maharshi himself is coming to wake you up. What will you do? Come after half an hour, you snooze. Would you snooze, Ramana Maharshi? Never. You will jump up. Bhagavan, you first Sashtanga Namaskar you will do from there itself. Your mind will be reveling in his presence. Because self itself coming to awaken you early morning. And he himself used to go into the kitchen and he used to cut the vegetables for them. So all realized masters, they did more than any ordinary person did. We saw our Gurudev doing. Every action he did was so meticulous, so beautiful to watch. You can keep on watching him. So that's how they lived their life. So realization doesn't mean no work, nothing. Atandritaha, without any relaxations, they worked. So Arjuna says, okay, I have to do what to do. Somehow I understand what you're saying. Even though Krishna never made that disclaimer, okay? Maybe he made it, I don't know. My responsibility is only to, my responsibility ends to what I say. What you understand is not my responsibility. No, he tried. If Arjuna did not understand this way, he'll go another way, another way, another way. He'll go all around to make him understand. So that's Krishna's love. Krishna's love is intellectual love, where he tries to make the other person experience what he is experiencing. That's the glory of a great teacher. So Arjuna says, okay, I have to do it because I am so convinced by your logic that there is no go. We have to work. I have to work. Okay, somehow or the dakka marke, I will do it. Okay, so how many people say that? Okay, I will do it. Your kids also say it, isn't it? Okay, mom, I will do. How many times? I will do it. Somehow or the other, I will do it. Somehow or the other. Krishna says, no, somehow or the other. If you have to work, with what force, with what motivation you must work, that Krishna gives. Next, with what enthusiasm. Number 25. Sakta karmanya vidvamsaha yatha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvams tatha saktah chikirshur loka sangraham. So, with what enthusiasm you must work. Whatever you are doing, with what enthusiasm you have to do it. He says, saktaha. Saktaha means? Saktaha karmani avidvamsaha. Avidvamsaha means? Vidwan, you know. Vidwan means? Me. Immediately should, there in Maryland, immediately, Vidwan means who? Immediately, Swamiji, you. They will, go have trained them like that, at least to say that much. 28 years, that much training I have given. Vidwan means who? Just now I said. Vidwan means you. Immediately you should point out. So even if you point out like this, is very good. Why? If you say you are Vidwan, 3 times you are Vidwan. You are pointing to yourself. No, Swamiji, I am not Vidwan. Then point out like this. You are Vidwan. Isn't it? So, avidwan. Avidwan means you. Why should you? Vidwan, when I said, you know now. Avidwan, immediately it should be clear, isn't it? Anyway, avidwan means the ignorant, who does not know. Does not know what? The mechanism of life. This BMI chart, if you know, you will know the mechanism of life. That's why you should all listen to the logic of spirituality 223 times. Every year. Swamiji, why not 375? At least start with 223 times first. Then you can. And teach others. Share the BMI chart. So you will know the mechanism of life. So the ignorant people who do not, ignorant means they do not know this mechanism of life, the divine life, enlivening the BMI and enlivening and illuminating their experiences. So saktaha, the avidwan, since they do not know the mechanism of life, they become saktaha. Saktaha means they suck. Means saktaha means attached. Isn't it? Whatever they do with attachment. Attachment means what? I want. Isn't it? With whoever is working with I want attitude. I means selfishness and I want means selfish desires. That's called attachment. I plus I want is called attachment. And whenever you are working with attachment, it's very sticky. I don't know whether you ripe katal, jackfruit. You know jackfruit? So they asked me, Swamiji, for any fasting time, you eat only fruits. What fruits you will? How many fruits? I said only 2 fruits. What 2 fruits? 2 jackfruits. Those who don't know the jackfruit will not laugh. They think jackfruit means some 2 fruits like 2 jack. Depends on the size of the jackfruit. They at least this much size. And if you are cutting the jackfruit, how do you cut? Before you cut, what you should do? Apply? Then don't cut for me. If you are cutting for me, apply ghee. Desi ghee. Or homemade ghee. Not a shop made and all. Homemade. Apply that and then cut. Isn't it? If you don't apply the ghee and cut, what will happen? So that's called working with attachment. And see, when you're working with attachment, as long as everything is going smooth, no problem. Isn't it? Because this working with attachment gives a lot of dynamism. Because you're so attached, you work dynamically, enthusiastically you work. Because I want. If I do this, I will get that. So I work more. A person who is so enthusiastic about business, entrepreneur, he wants to start he has only very little capital and he wants to start. In India, you must have heard about it. He has only 1,000 rupees or whatever, 2,000 rupees capital. And with that he wants to start a small shop. And he asked the shopkeeper, can I keep a small box? He built his own small box and a pawn shop. And in that pawn shop, he himself is the proprietor. He himself is the laborer. He himself is... So far, no labor laws, no labor union, nothing of that sort. No labor laws, nothing of that sort. He will work 24 hours also if possible. 18 hours he works. No leave, nothing. If you are working for somebody, what you will do? I will work only 5 days a week. And 5 days, only 8 hours. Out of 8 hours, I need 1 hour break. And in between 15 minutes coffee break as many times as possible. See, all these conditions we start putting. Why? But if you are the businessman and you are a sole businessman, nobody else, how hard you work with attachment. Because if I do this, I get the profits. Like that, a wise person must act. And that person, when he is working, till 11 o'clock in the night, he'll be working, the pawn shop. And then 11 o'clock, he wants to close the shop. The box is about 5 feet by 5 feet. And before closing at 11 p.m., 11 in the night, he comes out and checks anybody coming. One customer may come. He may ask 1 pan or 1 beedi or 1 cigarette. So he'll be watching. Nobody is coming. So then he bends down to look any movement he can see. And if he sees some movement, then somebody is coming. So he goes and sits back, keeps the shop open. And after a few minutes, still nobody is coming. So again he comes down to check, is that person coming or not? Then he sees a stray buffalo going. Then he comes and then he looks at the clock. It's 11:15 now. I have to again bike home. It's 5 kilometers. I have to bike another half an hour. Why go? Again I have to come back early morning. Why not I sleep in the box itself? He sleeps in the box like a pretzel or jalebi. Rolls himself and sleeps like a pretzel. And early morning he is the first to open the shop. Why? He's there himself. And he's ready for the first customer. Very cheerfully, because he has to praise every customer. You are my boni, you are my first, and may you bring luck. You are a lucky person. And that person will say, okay, take, I want the whole packet. Like that, cheerfully working. Like a selfish person working selfishly for profits. Sakta karmani abhidvamsaha yatha kurvanti. Hey Bharata, hey Arjuna, kuriya tatha vidvamsa. Like that, a vidwan must act. And what is the difference between a wise man, wise person, and a wise guy? Wise guy is not a real wise person, okay? You know the difference of a wise person and a wise guy? Wise guy is very obnoxious. Snob. Nobody likes to be in the presence of a wise guy. They like to be in the presence of, they want to bask in the presence of a wise person. Not a wise guy, you may be a smart aleck. That's what they say, smart aleck. Means one who thinks he knows all, know it all. He thinks he knows all. Others know what he knows. So a snob. So nobody likes a snob. So just as an ignorant person, a snob or a selfish person works vigorously, like that, a wise person must work. Then what's the difference between a wise person and an ignorant man? Kuryad vidwan tata asakta. See, that's the only difference. The wise person also acts vigorously, more cheerfully than a selfish person. You might have seen Gurudev, wherever he comes, it's a festival. Laughter and laughter. When we brahmacharis were in Siddhabadi, all brahmacharis were in one room. 6 brahmacharis in one room. Wall to wall brahmacharis. You only know wall to wall carpet. We are wall to wall brahmacharis. And imagine, one brahmachari itself is enough. Then 6 brahmacharis together. Each brahmachari will cut a joke. And lot of laughter in our, and that is just below the office room, our room. And people were, when others are laughing loudly, how do you feel? Because you are not sharing that. You don't know what are they laughing for. So you feel jealous. And they got so angry and they went and told Gurudev, your brahmacharis are laughing too much. So Swamiji said, what else do you expect from them? For them he said, what else do you expect? Then he called us and people are telling me that you're laughing too much. Control yourself. Control yourself. So wherever Gurudev went, it was a laughter, LOL, laugh, oh laugh. Isn't it? Anyway, so just as a ignorant person works with selfishness to get more profits, in the same enthusiasm, with the same tempo, with the same pace, the wise person also works. But only difference is asakta. He applies. Applies? Huh? Clarified butter. Isn't it? The sense of without selfishness and without selfish desires. That is the ghee. When you're working in the world without selfishness and selfish desires, everybody enjoys. There's a fragrance that comes when you're working in that spirit. Anybody selfish towards you, how do you feel? Do you like it? He's so nicely using me selfishly. Anybody has said that? Nobody has said. Children tell me, children means the teenagers. Teenagers tell me, Swamiji, he used me. Swamiji, she used me. I said, what do you appear like garbage? Trash can. On the trash can it is written, isn't it? Use me. So what? They will use you. Don't be a trash can. Don't be a garbage can. So when you're working without selfishness, selfish desires, there's a fragrance that emanates. Everybody basks in your presence. And they like to follow you. So early morning, if they remember you, how do they feel? Oh, they feel good. If they remember, on the other hand, a person who is very selfish, सुबह सुबह इसका याद क्यों आ रहा है? मेरा whole day खराब. My whole day will be spoiled today. Because early morning, I don't know why I'm remembering. Why am I remembering him? In Hindi, there's a beautiful statement of the saints. They say, Pratha Smaraniya. Pratha Smaraniya, Goswami, Tulsidas. Pratha Smaraniya, Ramadas. Say that Pratha Smaraniya, worth remembering early morning. Pratha Smaraniya, Swami Dheerananda. Why are you laughing? When I said Pratha Smaraniya Tulsidas, you did not laugh. Pratha Smaraniya Ramadas, you did not laugh. Pratha Swami Dheerananda, why do you laugh? I don't know. Okay, maybe next generation will do Prathas, because this generation will not. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, asaktaha. Asaktaha means without selfishness, without selfish desires. So, kuryad vidvans tata asaktaha. But see, whenever you are working, there should be some desire. Without desire, you cannot work. Why did you come here? Swamiji, what to do? My parents had to, their parents brought me, and I don't know when are you going to end, Swamiji? I had to come. But if you had, what to do to satisfy your parents? That is your desire. They told me, if you come, then only I'll give you that. Because not apraptam for you. You wanted to get that yavat praptapyam. You want to get that iPhone, or the 10 now? What is that? iPhone X. Because you said if you attend all the 4 talks and then you write notes. Oh, my parents did not tell that, Swamiji. Only attend, they said. You're adding to it and all. Not only what to do? It came out of me. I did not. Because simply attending, anybody can sit and sleep off. Because some people have learned the art of sitting straight and sleeping. With the eyes open. Very fishy. So therefore, not only attend the 4 talks, also write a report, essay. 4 essays of each. And not only essays, but also the bullets. And we'll publish in Chinmaya Smriti. With your picture also. Yeah. Then I want that. Therefore, I had to attend yours. Because of iPhone 10. Isn't it? Think. So here, if you have come out of your own desire, I love Gita. Therefore, I came. If that is so to hear a wise man with the same tempo, with the same dynamism and enthusiasm of a selfish person is working, what is his desire? What is his motivation? So Krishna says here, Chikir Shuhu Loka Sangraham. A wise person is acting with attachment. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Whereas wise person, a realized person, Chikir Shuhu Loka Sangraham. Loka Sangraham means for the welfare of the world. For Loka Kalyan. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. May all be happy. So for the welfare of the world, the realized person works. Because their ego is gone. But even if we want to work like a realized person, our ego also will reduce. Ego is like a salt, a teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of salt, you put it in a glass of water. What will be the taste of the water? Very saline. You can use it for what? For gargling. But the same glass of water, you put it in a huge 6 feet tank. Will you taste the salt? You will? No. I say, is it salty if I ask? No, there is no salt. It's very, very sweet, Swamiji. But there is that salt. If you, what they do that? Steam out. And that much salt will be there. So ego is like that spoonful of salt. If you put it only in your body, it's like a cup. Only for my body. I want for my body, my mind, only me, my. That's all. Not beyond that. There is a line. People will use you for gargling. You gargle and then what do you do after that? Because I told people that nowadays I gargle with salt and also I add turmeric also. Salt I add, warm water, salt, and add spoon of salt, spoon of turmeric, and one lady said, Swamiji, why don't you add tadka also? I was trying to give her, because her throat was having some problem. I told her, see, this is what I do. I put 1 spoon of salt and 1 spoon of turmeric, and then I gargle. She said, why don't you put tadka also? I said, you put it, because your throat may be needed. You gargle sambar. What else can be done? So, the selfishness is like a salt. It's as a salty, you can't enjoy it. So, for Loka Kalyan, for welfare of the world, the wise, that is his desire. Because he has realized that which is all. The same life is pulsating in every being. Not just the human body, human being. every being the same life. And the realized master is identified with that universal life. He sees himself in all. Therefore, just as you see yourself in all limbs of your body, my right hand is my left hand. So will I ever, if my left hand is itching, what will my right hand do? Immediately goes and starts scratching. Left hand does not even ask, would you please scratch? Scratch. Left hand says, where's the magic word? Oh, please, scratch. Okay, next time remember. Say again. Oh, please scratch. Okay, and then you scratch, and then you look. What? I scratched. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Does it happen? Isn't it how automatically it is going? You're so like you can be conscious of it. As soon as you're conscious that is an itch, immediately right hand goes. Just as you are conscious of your own limbs, any difficulties or pain or anything, immediately you start dealing with it. So too you're conscious of the pains and sorrows of others. Immediately you can deal. Like you mother knows when the child is not feeling well. How can the mother know? That connection is there. Even though the umbilical cord was cut, still it's remotely attached. Remote. The mother feels. I think my child is something. And the mother calls. What happened? Are you not feeling well? Yes, mom, I'm not feeling well. The child says. Mom calls immediately. How does she know? That's called. So that identification. So realize, you may identify it only with because you are identified so much with your physical relationship, your child, you may be identified. But when we are identified with the universal life, that life alone is all other names and forms in another form. Just as the one gold is all the ornaments in different forms, so too the one life in all life forms. So the realized person awakened to that. Therefore, he is able to do. So, Chikirshu Loka Sangraham. Suddenly Krishna realized, I'm talking to a politician, a political leader. This fellow will misunderstand. And he will start making, now I understood, everybody should work without selfishness and selfish desires. Therefore, I'll send a declaration. Stop all work, because all are working selfishly. So everybody, stop, halt your work. So Krishna says, this fellow will do that. Hey Arjuna, don't do that. Once you halt somebody, stop their work, very difficult to restart. It's called starting trouble. How many people have? Till 12 o'clock midnight he can work very hard. But early morning to wake up, starting trouble. Whole family must pull, children must pull, wife must push, and into the bathroom. And with the brush in the mouth, he'll be sleeping. What are you doing? I'm brushing. Till the cold showers or a warm shower falls on his face, till then he cannot wake up. And once he wakes up and breakfast gone in, vigorously he works. So those who are working vigorously, don't stop them. It's a danger to stop. That topic comes next. We'll see next class. And there is some announcements. Look into the